been a long time, Snake.
I should have known you were behind this, Colonel.
That's no way to greet an old war buddy, Snake.
What do you want from me?
I just invited you here so we could have a talk.
Invited? That's what you call sending armed soldiers after me?
Sorry if they were a little rough with you. But we've got a serious situation here. Only you can get us out of it.
I'm retired from Foxhound. You're not my commander anymore, and I don't have to take orders from you or anyone else.
You will take these orders. I know it.
Excuse me.
Who's this?
Dr. Naomi Hunter. She's chief of Foxhound's medical staff, and an expert in gene therapy.
Are you military?
No, civilian. I've been sent here from ATGC. Pleasure to meet you, Snake. Don't worry, this injection won't hurt a bit.
What's the shot for?
What's wrong? You don't like shots?
Snake, listen up. It all went down 5 hours ago. Heavily armed soldiers occupied Shadow Moses Island, a remote island off the coast of Alaska.
What soldiers?
Next Generation Special Forces, led by members of Unit 5.
Небольшое отступление и спойлер. Ближе к 4-й части мы узнаем, что на самом деле ему ввели не сыворотку, которая поможет ему, ну, сопротивляться холоду и так далее. Ему ввели специальный вирус, который на генном уровне должен был убить всех членов этого отряда, про который сейчас будет рассказывать. Ну, собственно, самого Снейка со временем. Ну, то есть у него вирус немножко мутировал, и он не умрет, но у него будет очень ускоренное старение. Продолжаем.
They've presented Washington with a single demand, and they say that if it isn't met, they'll launch a nuclear weapon.
A nuclear weapon?
I'm afraid so. You see, the island is the site of a secret nuclear weapons disposal facility.
Foxhound hijacking a nuclear weapon?
Now you understand how serious the situation is. You'll have 2 mission objectives. First, you're to rescue the DARPA chief, Donald Anderson, and the president of ArmsTech, Kenneth Baker. They're both being held as hostages.
Those are some heavy-duty hostages.
Secondly, you're to investigate whether or not the terrorists have the ability to launch a nuclear strike, and stop them if they do. Any questions, Snake?
Questions? I haven't even said whether I'd accept this mission.
Well, you can make up your mind after you hear more about the situation.
Colonel, I don't work for the government anymore. Let me go back to Twin Lakes.
Why, Snake? Is your life in Alaska all that great?
There's a dog sled race this week. Next Saturday, I have to be in Anchorage.
The Iditarod? The longest sled race in the world? When did you become a dog musher?
Right now, my 50 huskies are my only family. I've got to take care of them.
Don't worry about your dogs.
What do you mean?
I'm sorry, Snake, but this vessel is headed for the Bering Sea. There's no room for debate.
I told you, even if I do owe you, I don't owe anything to this army or this country.
You will accept this assignment.
Why should I be stupid enough to do that? I'm no patriot.
Snake, there's enough dirt in your file from your days as an agent to keep you in the stockade until you're a very old man.
Oh, I see. Blackmail.
No, Snake. I prefer to look at it as helping you come to a decision more easily. But anyway, I know you better than that. You'd take this assignment even without the threat.
Why do you say that?
You're a natural-born soldier. You're not the grow old gracefully type. It's the same for all of us who've seen real action. The only place we can feel truly alive is on the battlefield. I'm a soldier too. I know those feelings of powerlessness, frustration that you feel every day. You've tried to play the Boy Scout out there in Alaska, but you can't race dogs in the snow forever. Why don't you come back to us? and be a soldier again.
You think my life is some kind of a joke?
Snake, I just want to give you back your purpose in life.
Tell me about the nuclear weapon disposal facility.
The disposal facility includes a hardened underground base. Even with our most advanced intelligence gathering equipment, we can't tell what's happening inside.
So someone needs to penetrate, gather intelligence, and report back. Sounds like a spy movie. What's the insertion method?
Well, an air insertion is impossible.
Not with this storm going on.
We'll approach the disposal facility by sub.
Approach?
Yes, within a few miles of it. The facility is equipped with sonar detection capabilities. They'd be able to hear our engine or propeller noise.
And then?
We'll launch a one-man SDV.
Launch?
Same as a torpedo, only this has no propulsion device of its own. After the SDV gets as close as it can, dispose of it. From there on, you'll have to swim.
You want me to swim in sub-zero Alaskan water?
Don't worry. That suit represents the latest advances in polythermal technology. The nuclear weapons disposal facility covers the whole island. I'll instruct you by codec after you reach your target.
Anyone going with me?
As usual, this is a one-man infiltration mission.
Weapons and equipment OSP?
Yes, this is a top-secret black op. Don't expect any official support.
What's the time limit?
24 hours. They say they'll launch after 24 hours.
Do they say what the target will be?
So far, they haven't mentioned the target.
When did the countdown start?
5 hours ago.
Colonel, who are you speaking for?
Naturally, I'm representing the U.S. government.
So who's in supervisory control of this operation?
The President of the United States.
Which means that the President must be meeting with his top aides in the map room about now, huh?
No, at this point they're still video conferencing with each other.
If that's a real nuclear warhead, shouldn't they issue a COG?
Not yet. The Secretary of Defense has operational control and is fully aware of the situation. After you infiltrate, if you determine they possess nuclear launch capabilities, a COG will be issued.
Well, if they haven't relocated to the nuclear shelter under Mount Washington, I suppose there isn't that much reason to worry yet. Is the National Security Agency in on this?
Yes. So is the DIA, the Defense Intelligence Agency.
The DIA? I'm starting to get a bad feeling about this.
They'll be sending us some support.
We don't need desk jockeys. We need a nuclear weapons specialist.
Of course. A nuclear weapons specialist has already been assigned to us.
We need backup from a specialist. I'm just an amateur when it comes to nuclear weapons.
I know. That's why I've requested the assistance of a military analyst named Nastasha Romanenko. She'll be providing you backup by codec.
A female analyst?
She's built up an impressive record as an advisor for the Nuclear Emergency Search Team. Contact her if you have any questions. She's also an expert on high-tech weapons.
Where's she working from?
At her home in Los Angeles.
California. Seems like a million miles away.
Наташа Романенко. Меня всегда забавляют их акценты.
Colonel, you're retired. Why are you involved in this?
Because there aren't many people who know Foxhound as well as I do.
Is that really the only reason?
I've been soldiering for a long time. I don't know anything else. I guess even though I'm getting a little old, I still love to be in the field.
Colonel, you're a lousy liar. Tell me the real reason.
Okay, Snake. Sorry. I'll be frank. A person very dear to me is being held hostage.
Who is it?
My niece, Meryl.
What was your niece doing here?
Several soldiers were reported missing the day of the revolt. And my niece was one of those called in as an emergency replacement.
She looks like you.
She's my little brother's girl. He died in the Gulf War. Since then, I've been watching after her.
A personal motive, Colonel. That's not very soldierly.
I'm retired. I'm just an old man now. And I'm your friend.
Since when are we friends?
I've thought of us as friends since the fall of Zanzibar.
With my personality, I don't have too many friends.
That's what I trust about you. It's what makes you human. Please, Snake. Save my niece, Meryl.
All right. But I have two conditions.
Name them.
1, no more secrets between us. I want complete disclosure at all times. And 2, I'll only accept orders directly from you, Colonel. No cutoffs involved, okay?
Agreed. That's why I was called. But one thing.
What?
I'm not a colonel anymore. Just a retired old warhorse.
I understand, Colonel.
Вообще, конечно, не очень логично играть в данной последовательности, ну ладно.
That doctor, is she part of this operation too?
She was in charge of Foxhound's gene therapy. She knows more about those men than anyone else.
You mean you've seen them naked?
Make no mistake, I'm not a nurse. I'm a scientist.
By the way, what was that injection for?
It's a combination of nanomachines and an anti-freezing peptide so that your blood and other bodily fluids don't freeze, even at subarctic temperatures.
Nanomachines?
Not just one kind, either. There are different types which will replenish the supply of adrenaline, nutrition, and sugar in your bloodstream.
И потом с помощью этих наномашин, в общем, этих солдат можно будет контролировать с помощью них.
Now I don't have to worry about food.
I also put some nootropics in there.
Say what?
Nootropics. A class of drugs which will help improve your mental functioning.
It'll make me smarter, huh? Anything else?
Yes. Benzedrine. It's a type of stimulant. It'll keep you alert and responsive for 12 straight hours.
That was quite a cocktail. Anything else in there?
Those nanomachines will also keep your Codex batteries charged up.
I guess I can call you when I'm ready to go on a diet.
You're welcome.
The chief of DARPA and the president of an arms manufacturing company. What business did they have at a nuclear weapons disposal facility?
The truth is that secret exercises were being conducted at the time the terrorist group attacked.
Must be extremely important exercises if those two were directly involved. Were they testing some kind of new advanced weapon?
I'm not privy to that information.
Do we know exactly where they're being held?
The DARPA chief has also been injected with a mini transmitter. As you get closer, you should be able to pick up his location on your radar.
Do they really have the ability to launch a nuclear missile?
They say they do. They even gave us the serial number of the warhead they plan to use.
Was the number confirmed?
I'm afraid so. At the very least, they've got their hands on a real nuclear warhead.
Isn't there some kind of safety device to prevent this type of terrorism?
Yes. Every missile and warhead in our arsenal is equipped with a PAL, which uses a discrete detonation code.
PAL.
Permissive Action Link. The safety control system built into all nuclear weapons systems. But even so, we can't rest easy.
Why not?
Because the DARPA chief knows the detonation code.
But even if they have a nuclear warhead, it must have been removed from its missile. All the missiles on these disposal sites are supposed to be dismantled. It's not that easy to get your hands on an ICBM.
That used to be true. But since the end of the Cold War, you can get anything if you have enough money and the right connections.
How well armed are these terrorists? I know there was an exercise going on at the time they revolted.
They're heavily armed, I'm afraid.
What about their battle experience?
The 6 members of Foxhound in charge are all hardened veterans. They're tough enough to eat nails and ask for seconds.
I wouldn't expect anything less from Foxhound.
The others are next-generation special forces. They're not your average grunts either.
So what exactly are they demanding?
A person's remains.
Remains?
That's right. To be more accurate, cell specimens which contain the individual's genomic information.
Cell specimens? Why would they want that?
Да, вспомнил, им нужны останки тела Биг Босса. Это персонаж, собственно, третьей части Snake Eater и, по-моему, какой-то еще, я не помню точно, какой еще. Вот. Данные ДНК им нужны для того, чтобы можно было получить доступ к какому-то искусственному интеллекту, вроде бы, если не ошибаюсь, и потом, ну, собственно, заводить мир с помощью этого искусственного интеллекта. Вот поэтому им нужны останки тела Биг Босса.
The terrorists need them. You see, these next-generation special forces have been strengthened through gene therapy.
Strengthened?
You've heard of the Human Genome Project. They've been mapping the human genome, and they're nearly finished. Following up on this research, the military has been working towards identifying those genes which are responsible for making effective soldiers.
There are genes that do that?
Yes. And using gene therapy, they're able to transplant those genes into regular soldiers.
Gene therapy?
I'll explain this part. With gene therapy, we can remove those genes which we know may lead to sickness or disease, and at the same time splice in genes with beneficial effects, such as resistance to cancer, for example.
In other words, we can overcome all sorts of genetic diseases, and at the same time add genetic characteristics as desired.
Okay. And so if you knew what genes were responsible for making the perfect soldier, you could implant them in the same way, right?
Yes, we could.
But it all depends on being able to isolate and identify those soldier genes.
And in order to do that, it's helpful if you can study the genomic information of one of the greatest soldiers ever.
Я на самом деле много и читал об истории Metal Gear, о сюжете, и смотрел видео. Но у меня настолько хреновая память, что, к сожалению, я очень много деталей упускаю и не помню. И, к сожалению, было бы здорово стримить игру и рассказывать вам какие-то детали или объяснять какой-то сюжет, но, к сожалению, это будет очень редко, потому что, ну, память как у рыбки. Пытаюсь слушаться, но ничего не понимаю. А потом по ходу игры уже будет более понятно. Если в двух словах, то был, ну, в общем, в лохматых годах, где-то, по-моему, в 60-х, 70-х, там были различные войны, в которых участвовали солдаты, которые были очень хороши как солдаты. Они потом решили отколоться, отделиться, создать свое независимое государство и жить для себя. Но правительство США от них не отставало, они не хотели отпускать их, собственно, а, вне своего... То есть, смотрел понял. Вот, ну, не хотели отпускать из-под своего контроля, и поэтому они захватили ядерное оружие, чтобы, ну, в общем, у них была возможность как-то соревноваться с сильными мира сего. Они просто хотели жить спокойно, вдали от войны.
One of the greatest soldiers ever?
The man they call the greatest warrior of the 20th century.
You don't mean Big Boss.
That's right. We've been working feverishly to identify the genes responsible for his incredible combat skill. So far, we've discovered about 60 of the so-called soldier genes.
So his body was recovered after all.
Yes, and his cells have remained frozen in a cryo chamber. His genomic information is a priceless treasure to mankind.
Priceless to the military, perhaps.
His body was burned severely, but it was possible to restore his DNA profile from just a single strand of his hair.
You people are amazing. And then you're gonna transplant those genes into soldiers?
Yes. We'll use a process that I discovered called gene targeting. The strongest soldiers don't become what they are by acquiring their skills through training or experience. We now know that hereditary factors are far more crucial for creating superior soldiers.
Snake, we can't give them his body. It's potentially more dangerous than all the nuclear warheads on that island put together.
I hear the terrorists are calling themselves the Sons of Big Boss.
The Sons of Big Boss? Tell me about these next-generation special forces.
They started out as an anti-terrorist special ops unit, made up of former members of biochem units, technical escort units, and the nuclear emergency surge team. Their purpose was to respond to threats involving next-generation weapons of mass destruction, including NBC weapons.
Until they were added, that is.
Who's they?
These guys didn't start out as regular army.
Looks like a pretty international group. Mercenaries?
Yeah, and it gets worse. Most of them were from a merc agency that I think you're familiar with. They were part of Big Boss's private guard. And after Big Boss went down, the military just bought out all their contracts.
Outer heaven.
After that, they were merged with our own VR unit, Force 21, and retrained. If you ask me, these so-called next-generation special forces should be called simulated soldiers. They have no real battle experience.
Video game players, huh?
Don't forget they've all been strengthened with gene therapy. They carry genes which make them excellent soldiers. Don't get careless just because they don't have much experience.
I thought using genetically modified soldiers was prohibited by international law.
Yes, but those are just declarations, not actual treaties.
The interesting thing is that nearly every member of the unit conspired in this attack.
How could an entire unit be subverted to rebellion?
They're calling it a revolution.
Since they all went through the same gene therapy, they probably felt closer than brothers. They see the unit as their only family.
The Sons of Big Boss. But if they were regular army, they must have been interviewed periodically by army counselors.
According to their files, they all got straight A's on their psychological tests. They all seemed like fine, upstanding, patriotic soldiers.
But they all took part in the uprising?
No, several people didn't show up on the day of the exercise. That's why there was a resupply of troops.
Was there any sign recently that something might be wrong?
There was a report a month ago that they were acting strangely.
Apparently they consulted classified information about the soldier genes and performed their own gene therapy experiments.
They can do that even without you?
Well, our gene therapy process is almost completely automated. And besides that, they're all geniuses with IQs over 180.
Even the existence of this genome army is a national secret of the highest order. We've been hoping to investigate this thing quietly and deal with it behind closed doors.
Я бы тоже хотел иметь IQ 180.
High-Tech Special Forces Unit Foxhound. Your former unit, and one that I was a commander of. An elite group combining firepower and expertise. They're every bit as good as when I was commanding them.
So they're still around.
There are 6 members of Foxhound involved in this terrorist activity. Psycho Mantis, with his powerful psychic abilities. Sniper Wolf, the beautiful and deadly sharpshooter. Decoy Octopus, master of disguise. Vulcan Raven, giant and shaman. And Revolver Ocelot, specialist in interrogation and a formidable gunfighter.
Looks like a lovely bunch of folks. Too bad we'll be meeting under these circumstances.
And finally, in charge of them, Foxhound's squad leader, Liquid Snake.
Liquid Snake?
Yes. And you're the only person who can stand against him.
Liquid Snake.
Liquid Snake. The man with the same codename as you.
Tell me what you know.
He fought in the Gulf War as a teenager, the youngest person in the SAS. His job was to track down and destroy mobile Scud missile launching platforms. You were there too, I believe. Didn't you infiltrate Western Iraq with a platoon of Green Berets?
I was just a kid myself back then.
The details are classified, but it seems that originally he penetrated the Middle East as a sleeper for the SIS.
He was a spy for the British Secret Intelligence Service?
But he never once showed his face in Century House. He was taken prisoner in Iraq, and after that there was no trace of him for several years. After you retired, he was rescued and became a member of Foxhound.
I thought that by the time I left, they were no longer using codenames.
I don't know his real name. That information is so highly classified that even I can't look at it. Here's a photo of him. Pretty shocking, huh? His skin tone is different, but otherwise you two are exact duplicates.
I have a twin?
I don't know the details, but it seems so. That's why we really need you for this mission.
You're the only one who can beat him. Now that I've met you, I know. You've got something that he doesn't. I can see it in your eyes.
Why don't I find that thought more comforting?
Какие дела?
Borrow your scissors.
What are you going to do?
Don't worry, just gonna clean myself up a little.
Huh?
I don't want to be mistaken for the leader of the terrorists.
Ну да. Он пострижется и покрасится, я так полагаю. Ну вот, собственно, и все. Жидкие змеи эти ваши. Так. Мгм. Сука. Вебка сказала, я не буду включаться. Ладно, сейчас, секундочку. Ага, я это все говорю выключенным микрофоном, да? Здорово. В общем, я говорю то, что серия интересна не геймплеем, а темами, которые... Здесь, по-моему, да, был брифинг, я мог его здесь показать, ну, плевать. Начать на легком, потому что я пусечка. Вот. И в каждой части есть главная тема, возле которой все строится. В первой части это тема генов. Насколько гены вообще могут влиять на человека, на его сознание и так далее. Здорово. А вот и Liquid Snake. Блондинистый и длинноволосый.
This is Snake. Colonel, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. What's the situation, Snake?
Looks like the elevator in the back is the only way up.
Just as I expected. You'll have to take the elevator to the surface. But make sure nobody sees you. If you need to, contact me by codec. The frequency is 140.85. When you want to use the codec, push the select button. When we need to contact you, the codec will be...
Блин, ну,
Hear that noise?
у меня Xbox-овский геймпад, у меня нет кнопки Select.
Directly stimulates the small bones of your ear.
Черт,
No
что
one
же мне
will
делать?
be able to hear it.
Got it. Okay, I'm ready to go.
Кстати, вот шутки шутками, но я не знаю раскладки DualShock'овского геймпада, поэтому я не знаю, где находится крестик, где находится квадратик, треугольник. Нет, треугольник сверху я знаю, кружок справа, по-моему, а слева, по-моему, квадрат, снизу крест. Вроде бы так. Такие дела. Радар что-то залагал. Здорово, архив. Мы тут в твердых змей играем. Открой шпаргалку.
Snake, there's an elevator there you can take up to the ground. You'll just have to wait for the elevator to come down. You better hide somewhere.
Так и делал. Вот, а вообще мне реально нужно какую-нибудь шпаргалку завести, положить где-нибудь рядом возле монитора с первых раскладкой кнопок, да, вот. А во-вторых, с частотами, то есть с частотой полковника, с частотой Мэрил, там, ну и остальных ребят, потому что я их не запомню. Блин, вчера я когда тестировал все эти вещи, радар так не лагал. Ну-ка, какого хера? Ну что? Сейчас быстренько свернусь. Сделаю игру громче. Блин, я же браузер выключил. Да, отлично. Ну, брюнет с короткими волосами. Ну, относительно короткими, конечно. Вот, Solid и Liquid реально не просто братья, а они клоны Биг Босса. Zero, к сожалению, я не помню, как объяснить, кто такой Zero. Но, вот, в общем, один из инициаторов, по-моему, создания этого отряда Foxhound, он боялся, что после смерти Биг Босса у него не будет... Ну, в общем, они потеряют такого офигенного солдата, а Биг Босс не мог иметь детей. Я не помню, из-за чего. Вот. И они создали клонов. Несколько штук.
It's Snake. I'm in front of the disposal facility.
Excellent, Snake. Age hasn't slowed you down one bit.
How's that sneaking suit working out?
I'm nice and dry, but it's a little hard to move.
Bear with it. It's designed to prevent hypothermia. This is Alaska, you know.
Take it easy, I'm grateful. If it weren't for your suit and your shot, I would have turned into a popsicle out there.
An anti-freezing peptide, Snake. All of the genome soldiers in this exercise are using it.
I see. I'm relieved to hear that. Already tested, huh? By the way, how's the diversionary operation going?
2 F-16s just took off from Galena and are headed your way. The terrorist radar should have already picked them up.
Behind D. Colonel, what's a Russian gunship doing here?
I have no idea, but it looks like our little diversion got their attention.
Уж эти русские, блядь. Ребят, то, что колбасить текстуры, это из-за эмулятора. Но с этим уже ничего не поделаешь.
Wow, you must be crazy to fly a hind in this kind of weather.
Who's that?
Oh, sorry. I haven't introduced you to yet. This is Mei Ling. She was assigned to us as our visual and data processing specialist. She designed your codec, as well as your Soliton radar system.
Какой эмуль? DuckStation.
Nice to meet you, Snake. It's an honor to speak to a living legend like yourself. What's wrong?
Nothing. I just didn't expect a world-class designer of military technology to be so cute.
You're just flattering me.
No, I'm serious. Well, I know I won't be bored for the next 18 hours.
Come on. I can't believe I'm being hit on by the famous Solid Snake. But I'm surprised. You're very frank for a trained killer.
Looks like we both have a lot to learn about each other.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to learning about the man behind the legend. But first, let me explain about your Soliton radar system.
Нет, голосование все еще идет в Дискорде у Грида. На данный момент лидирует XCOM, потом Fury или Fury, не знаю, и Devsdor, по-моему.
The DARPA chief was injected with the same GPS transmitting nanomachines as you.
По 5 и по
He
4
should
голоса на
appear on your
каждый.
radar as a green dot.
Get whatever information you can from him about the terrorists. If he's alive, that is.
Snake, your radar isn't affected by the weather, but if you're discovered by an enemy, you won't be able to use it.
Yes, it gets jammed easily, I'm afraid.
Yes, it's all made from currently existing technology. You won't be able to use it in an area with strong harmonic resonance, so be careful.
We'll be monitoring your movements by radar, so contact us by codec anytime you want.
Got it. I'll call if I'm feeling lonely.
Seriously, Snake, we're here to back you up, so call if you need some information or advice.
I'm also in charge of your mission data. Contact me if you want me to record your current status. My frequency is 140.96. It's a dedicated frequency for saving data. Don't forget it.
Я уже забыл.
Remember, except for your binoculars, you're naked. You need to arm yourself with whatever weapons you can find.
I remember. First, I'm strip searched by Dr. Naomi here, and then all my weapons are taken away. Imagine yourself put in that position.
Well, if you make it back in one piece, maybe I'll let you do a strip search on...
Опа!
I'll hold you to that, Doctor. By the way, sorry to
Доктор-то.
disappoint you, but I did manage to smuggle out my smokes.
How did you do that?
In my stomach. Thanks to the shot you gave me that suppressed my stomach acids.
Cigarettes? How are those going to help you?
You never know.
Помогут, только я не знаю, где точно. В общем, ребят, у нас есть моя мотивация, чтобы закончить эту миссию и вернуться живым.
There's the front door. It's the fastest way.
Это не я.
There's too much risk of being
Ручка-то вот
spotted by
они.
the enemy.
I can't just knock on the door and ask them to let me in. There's one sentry on the left and one on the right. They're armed with 5.56ers and pineapples.
What about the air duct near the door? There should also be a duct on the second floor.
Он там есть, да. Левее только.
I can't see it from here.
Вот здесь вот, да.
I'll let you decide the best COA. I'm counting on you, Snake.
Да, голосование будет до конца недели, так что время есть проголосовать, выбрать что-нибудь. Далее стелс-мастер.
A surveillance camera?
Блять. Да. Блять. Тебе жопу. Да, стелсик для меня, конечно... Я не буду говорить, что здесь управление так себе. Вот. Просто скажу, что стелсик из меня не самый лучший. Миллер.
Master,
Да, брат.
what are you doing here? I quit being a drill instructor, so I moved out here for some peace and quiet. I'm in retirement, just like you. Once in a while, I still help train the Alaskan Scouts.
Passing on the skills to a new generation, huh?
А,
Campbell told me about the situation here. I thought I might be of some use.
There's no one I'd rather have in a foxhole than you.
Well, I know lots about survival in a harsh environment. I've lived in Alaska longer than you, so call me if you have any questions about the flora or fauna out here. My frequency is 141.
Чувак, я уже забыл.
Those mice are Alaskan field mice. Don't worry, they can't hurt you. Wild field mice don't have a thick layer of fat, but they can still survive the bitter winters here without hibernating. They dig tunnels under the snow. That's where they stay warm.
Survival specialists, huh? I should learn from them.
But there's a dark side too. Sometimes the males will kill and eat offspring that's not their own.
To ensure
Потому
the
что это
survival
вкусно.
of their own genes, right?
Yeah, pretty brilliant program, huh? If there are mice, that means there must be an exit somewhere. Follow the mice.
Все, чтобы выжили гены. А мои гены так и сдохнут. Без продолжения. Так, нам налево, судя по всему. Там решетка, да. Да ладно, мышки, не бойтесь. Всего лишь огромный чувак ползет по маленькой вентиляции. Ничего такого.
Use the elevator to change floors. There should be a cargo elevator that you can take down somewhere around there. Try to find it.
Бывай. Colonel. Ой. Вы же смотрите только в плоскости, да? Шо вон? Ту-ту-ту-ту-ту-тум. Да, все верно.
Look at the radar. It's picking up the DARPA chief. He's the green dot. Hurry and rescue him.
Ту-ту-ту-ту-ту-ту-ту-ту-тум. Да знаю, как пользоваться лестницей, отстань. Сука.
Oh, kind of damn cold. I hate Alaska. Boy, oh boy, that woman is built all right.
Интересно, кто ж там довольно красив. Вот потому у меня на беззвучном все. Заебу звонить. А мне никто не звонит. Потрошки. И здесь потрошки. Мне звонят только банки. Либо соцопросники. В свое время заколебывал Восточный экспресс-банк, по-моему, так он называется, и спрашивал имя, ну, в общем, спрашивал мужика, который я вообще даже никогда не слышал. Вот, и говорили, что типа он дал мой номер. Вот. Звонили на протяжении года, наверное. Каждый раз нового номера, и я, потому что это, ну, и я блокирование, все звонили с нового номера. Вот. И я потому что начал издеваться, типа, можете такого-то телефона позвать? Его нет. Ладно, после конца расскажу.
I'm here to save you. You're the DARPA chief, Donald Anderson, right?
You here to save me, huh? What's your outfit?
I'm the pawn they sent here to save your worthless butt.
Really? It's true. You don't look like one of them. In that case, hurry up and get me out of here.
Slow down. Don't worry. First, I want some information about the terrorists.
The terrorists?
Do they really have the ability to launch a nuke?
What are you talking about?
The terrorists are threatening the White House. They say if they don't accede to their demands, they'll launch a nuclear weapon.
Sweet Jesus.
Is it possible?
It's possible. They could launch a nuke.
How do they plan to launch? I thought this place was just for keeping the dismantled warheads. They shouldn't have access to a missile.
What I'm about to tell you is classified information. Okay? We were conducting exercises with a new type of experimental weapon. A weapon that will change the world.
What?
A weapon with the ability to launch a nuclear attack from any place on the face of the Earth. A nuclear-equipped walking battle tank.
Metal Gear. It can't be.
You knew? Metal Gear is one of the most secret black projects. How did you know that?
We've had a couple of run-ins in the past. So that's the reason you were here at this disposal site?
Why else would I come to a godforsaken place like this?
I had heard the Metal Gear project was scrapped.
On the contrary, it's grown into a huge joint project between ArmsTech and ourselves. We were going to use this exercise as raw data and then proceed to mass production. If it hadn't been for the revolution.
Revolution?
Rex has fallen into the hands of terrorists.
Rex?
Metal Gear Rex. The code name for the new Metal Gear prototype. They're probably already finished arming the warhead they plan to use with Rex. These guys are pros. They're all experienced in handling and equipping weapons.
Hey! Shut up in there, will ya?
But I thought that all nuclear warheads were equipped with safety measures. Some kind of detonation code that you have to input.
Oh, you mean PAL? Yes, of course, there is a PAL. It's set up so that you need to input 2 different passwords in order to launch the device.
There are 2 passwords?
Yes, Baker knows one, and I know one.
Baker? The president of ArmsTech?
That's right. Each of us needs to input our password, or there can be no launch. But they found out my password.
You talked?
Psycho Mantis can read people's minds. You can't resist.
Psycho Mantis?
One of the members of Foxhound. He has psychic powers.
This is bad.
It's just a matter of time before they get Baker's too.
If they find out Baker's password...
Yes, they'll be able to launch a nuke anytime. But there is a way to stop the launch.
What?
The card keys.
Card keys?
They were designed by Armstech, the system developers, as an emergency override. Even without the passwords, you can just insert the card keys and engage the safety lock.
And if I do that?
Yes. You can stop the launch.
That card key.
So where are the keys?
Baker should have them. Listen, you need 3 card keys. There are 3 different slots to put them in. You need to insert a card into each one of them.
Okay, 3 card keys. Do you know where they might be keeping Baker?
Somewhere in the second floor basement.
Second floor basement?
I heard the guards say they moved him to an area that has a lot of electronic jamming.
Any other clues?
Yes, they cemented over the entrances, but didn't have enough time to paint them. Why don't you look for the areas where the walls are a different color? Here, take this. It's my ID card. It'll open any level 1 security door. It's called a PAN card. It works together with your body's own electrical field.
Personal area network, huh?
It transmits data using the salts in your body as the transmission medium. As you approach the door's security devices, they'll read the data stored in the card.
And the doors will open automatically. Gotcha. Okay, I'm gonna get you out of here.
Wait a minute.
What is it?
You haven't heard any other way to disarm the PAL, have you? From your bosses or anyone?
No.
Are you sure you haven't heard anything?
I just said no.
So does the White House plan to give in to the terrorists' demands?
That's their problem. It has nothing to do with my orders.
But what about the Pentagon?
Pentagon? What is it?
Hey, what happened?
Dead. Naomi, the chief. What happened?
I don't know. It looked like a heart attack, but
A heart attack? No,
Colonel, are you hiding something from me?
absolutely not. Snake, you've got to understand. This op is security level red. You need the highest security clearance to get access to the complete file.
You want me to believe that you're in charge of this op, but you don't have complete access to the file?
I told you, the Secretary of Defense is in operational control. I'm just here as your support. Snake, we don't have time to debate. Get out of there and find President Baker.
Ну, в общем, скажем так, наши враги узнали о том, что нам президент сейчас все выложит, и устроили ему сердечный приступ. Ну так вот, рассказываю, завершаю. Я уже над бедными девушками начал издеваться, там, типа, как возможно называть хозяин, ну и там, и на их вопросы не отвечал там как-то, ну, в общем, что они меня реально задолбали уже. Потом, видимо, они сделали какую-то пометку на мой счет. Вот, и мне позвонил как-то уже мужик, сотрудники безопасности, и с ним я поговорил уже нормально. Вот, я ему все объяснил, он все понял, и мне больше не звонили. Когда я девушкам это объяснял, им было пофиг. Вообще. Они даже не слушали меня.
Liquid? No, you're not. Don't move!
Is this the first time you ever pointed a gun at a person? Your hands are shaking. Can you shoot me, rookie?
У меня хавчик всего один.
That nervous glance.
Сука.
That scared look in your eyes. They're rookie's eyes if I ever saw them. You've never shot a person, am I right?
You talk too much.
You haven't even taken the safety off, rookie.
I told you I'm no rookie!
А там уже их ОМОН дожидается слушать их ругань.
Open that door. You've got a card, don't you?
Why?
So we can get the hell out of here.
Looks like we'll be a little delayed.
Get out of here!
Do it. Don't think. Shoot.
Во-первых. А, у меня 2 пайка. Во-вторых.
What are you waiting for? Shoot.
Так, а что ты хотел? У них инструкции, им пофиг.
I'm telling you, shoot.
Ну, в принципе, да, согласен. Сейчас будет один из неплохих кадров в игре. Не то что кадров, сцен. Вот сейчас. Опа, опа, опа. Жопка Мэрил. Да.
You fool! You've killed him! I'm sorry, sir. His mental shielding was very strong. I could not dive into his mind. Now we'll never get that detonation code. Boss, I have a good idea.
Жопка. 4 полигона. Но все равно. Хорошо. О, Psycho Mantis. Может, не надо, родной?
Good girl. Just like that.
Naomi, I just had some kind of hallucination. Is it from the nanomachines?
No, Snake. The nanomachines are functioning properly.
So what was it?
It must have been psychometric interference coming from Psycho Mantis, Foxhound Psychic.
Все запомнили,
I think it was a
психометрическая
mental
чуза.
feedback loop.
So that was Mantis.
Так, ПК-2 у меня, хорошо. Ну, в камере Мэрил было бы странно, если бы там что-то было. О, ладушки, ладушки. Так, там у нас, там мы уже были. Сделал мамин чай и... Мама, не серьезно, думаю. Так, есть не даю тебе, что ли, думаю? Самое хреновое, что у долбанных японцев вот справа использовать, вот здесь отмена, и там как-то еще стрелять, ну, в общем, короче, у них все не по-русски. Голосовал зрелости даже за пару секунд. Ого, еще и с аватаркой. Это что? Теперь архив полноценный юзер Дискорда. 4. Красавчик, красавчик. Блять, я забыл. Квадрат, чтобы установить. Это вот квадрат, это вот эта вот тема. Ладно. Да. Блин, надеюсь, я нормально поставил. Да, нормально. Разрегался, значит, надо что-то делать. Ну, понятно. Главное, что ты разрегался и проголосовал.
He's alive. You're the Arms Tech president, Kenneth Baker, right?
Kenneth Baker.
I'm here to save you.
No, don't touch it.
C4.
Почти как оригинал, это что? Да, прикольно.
Right. Touch that wire, and the C4 will blow up along with the old man. So you're the one that the boss keeps talking about.
And you?
Special Operations Foxhound. Revolver Ocelot. I've been waiting for you, Solid Snake. Now we'll see if the man can live up to the legend.
Давай.
This
Давай,
is
сука.
the greatest handgun ever made. The Colt's Single Action Army. 6 bullets, more than enough to kill anything that moves. Now I'll show you why they call me.
Первый, точнее, все разы, которые я играл, я доходил ровно до этого момента, и поскольку управление было только на крестовине, эмуляторы почему-то хреново работали с этой игрой на аналоговых стиках. Вот. И я не мог нормально играть и сражаться, и стреляться. Не попадаю, сука. У всех Паркинсон. Конечно. Кима, и ты туда же, да? Победа! Первый раз убил револьвера. Ты вот ты играешь. Я к тому, что я не думал, что ты из гачи-тусовки. Грей Фокс. Я забыл, кто такой Грей Фокс, если честно. О, на самом деле ему стерли память, и он просто не помнит, кто он. Он управляется наномашинами. Вот. Поэтому он говорит, что у него нет имени. А так это Грей Фокс. Но я не помню. Они, по-моему, встречались до этого в обычном Metal Gear. Ну, не в Metal Gear Solid, а просто Metal Gear. Вроде бы.
I'm not one of them. The DARPA chief told me he gave them his detonation code. What about yours?
Oh, I get it. Jim sent you. You're from the Pentagon.
Answer my question. What about your code?
Twitch.
There's no time.
Да.
Talked.
What? Now the terrorists have both codes and can launch any time.
It's not like I didn't fight. I managed to resist Psycho Mantis's mind probe.
Нифига себе.
He couldn't read you? How'd you do it?
Surgical implants in my brain.
Surgical implants?
Kind of like a psychic insulation.
Кстати, насчет Psycho Mantis'а.
Even the DARPA chief?
Of course.
But the DARPA chief said
Надо будет настроить геймпад на второй слот.
Are you sure you heard him right?
Yeah, I'm sure. In that case, how did they get your code?
I never had any training on how to resist torture.
It looks like he had some fun with you, all right.
Oh, he's not human. I tell you, he loved every second of it.
What happened to your arm?
He broke it.
Looks like you're more than even now. His was sliced off.
Ha, you're a funny man.
Mm-hmm.
So the DARPA chief, is he okay?
Dead.
What? Can't be. No, that's not what you promised, Jim. Now you want to shut me up? Oh.
Calm down. What's wrong with you? I just told you I was here to save you. I didn't kill the DARPA chief. He had a heart attack or something.
A heart attack? Oh, don't be a fool.
Anyway, the terrorists have both codes now.
Those boys are totally insane. They wouldn't hesitate to launch.
I agree, but what do they really want?
Oh, who knows? Maybe they're like us in the arms industry, always looking forward to the next good war.
Well, I'm not gonna let these maniacs start a war today. You still have the card keys?
Card keys?
To override the detonation code. I heard you had them.
No, not anymore.
What? Who does then? Not the terrorists.
No, that woman.
Woman? Who?
Meryl?
A soldier that was thrown in prison along with me.
A female soldier, it must be.
She said she had just joined up as a new recruit. They threw her in prison because she refused to take part in the rebellion.
A new recruit? Could that be the Colonel's niece?
I gave her the key. Looks like she managed to break out of here, though. I hope she's okay.
I'm sure she is. She's green, but as tough as they come. But how did you know she escaped?
I was in contact with her by codec.
Опа.
Until I was tied up here, that is.
Дай частоту.
Yes, she stole it from the guard. If she still has it, you should be able to contact her.
I'm sure she still has it. What frequency was she at?
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you.
Смотрите.
Oh, sorry. I forgot.
Damn!
Oh, that's right. It should be on the back of the CD case. Try to contact her.
I'll contact her right away. But tell me, if this doesn't work, is there some other way to prevent the missile launch?
You need to find Hal Emmerich, one of my employees.
Who's that?
The team leader of the Metal Gear Rex project. A genius at engineering, but a little bit of an oddball. If there's anyone who can figure out how to stop Metal Gear from launching, it's him.
What if he can't come up with anything?
You'll have to destroy it. Emmerich knows how to destroy Metal Gear.
Where is this Emmerich?
Well, he's probably being held somewhere in the nuclear warhead storage building. It's north from here. That's where he worked.
I understand, but why Metal Gear? The nuclear age ended with the turn of the millennium.
Oh, you're wrong. The threat of nuclear war isn't gone. In fact, it's greater than it's ever been. amount of spent nuclear fuel and plutonium is increasing even today. Listen, have you ever seen a warehouse full of nuclear material?
No.
Нет.
Drums and drums of nuclear waste stacked this high, as far as you can see. Because there's still no real way to dispose of the stuff.
So they just close the lid and try to pretend like it'll go away?
Essentially, yes. And they're not even doing a good job of storing it. Many of the drums are corroded, with nuclear waste seeping out of them.
Unbelievable.
Not only that, but several pounds of muff are reported every year.
Muff?
It stands for material unaccounted for. It proves that there's a large and well-organized black market in nuclear materials. Furthermore, since the end of the Cold War, Russian nuclear engineers in particular are out of work with no way to turn. In other words, there's plenty of available nuclear material and scientists for making a bomb. We live in an age when any small country can have a nuclear weapons program.
What about the other superpowers?
Russia and China still maintain a significant nuclear presence. Complete nuclear disarmament is an impossibility. To maintain our own policy of deterrence, we need a weapon of overwhelming power.
You mean Metal Gear?
Yes. You know our industry suffered quite a blow as a result of the cuts in military budgets due to this so-called peace.
I remember hearing a lot about mergers and takeovers among the big weapons makers.
Yes, and after my company lost their bid to produce the Air Force's next line of fighter jet, the Metal Gear system was our last ace in the hole. That's why we pushed to have Metal Gear developed as a black project.
Black project?
Secret projects paid for by the Pentagon's black budget. You can avoid a lot of red tape and get a great lead time on your weapons production. And no one can bother you. Not even those bleeding heart liberals on the Military Oversight Committee.
Вот так вот.
Bribes.
I prefer to think of it as good business. Anyway, Metal Gear was going to be formally adopted after the results of this exercise were analyzed.
I don't give a crap about you and your company.
Yes, that's about what I'd expect from a grunt like you. Here, this is what you came for, right?
What's that?
An optical disc. It's all here. The main hard drive was destroyed by gunfire. This is the only remaining copy of the data.
What kind of data?
All the data collected from this exercise. Don't play dumb. I know you were sent to get this. I hid it from that sadistic maniac while he was torturing me. They don't know this disc exists. Make sure you report this to Jim. To your boss. I'll give you my card too. It'll open up all security level 2 doors.
Can you walk?
No. No, you go on without me. They got my password. They don't want anything else from me.
I have one more question. Who or what was that ninja thing? It looked like you knew something.
That ninja? That was Foxhound's dark little secret.
Dark little secret?
An experimental genome soldier.
You know him?
You should ask Dr. Naomi Hunter from Foxhound. She knows better than I.
Naomi?
You've got to stop them. If it goes public, my company and I are finished.
What? Doesn't Metal Gear use currently existing technology?
Metal Gear itself does, but... What did you do to me? Oh, no. Oh, no, it can't be. Those Pentagon bastards. So, they actually went and did it.
What are you talking about?
They're just using you for...
Вот вам секретная операция. Все. Хитро выебано.
The hell? Colonel, are you listening? Now he's dead too.
I have no idea.
Don't lie to me.
It looked like another heart attack, but...
Some kind of poison?
Well, there are lots of drugs that can cause a heart attack in large doses. For example, potassium chloride or dioxides, but We won't be able to tell without doing an autopsy.
Damn.
Snake, I want you and Meryl to work together.
Can I trust her?
More than you can trust me. Get in contact with her.
Snake, there's a lot of electrical interference coming from there. It should be okay if you do burst transmission like us, but normal transmission is probably impossible. Try moving away from that area.
Snake, get a hold of yourself.
Naomi, what the hell was that ninja thing? A member of Foxhound?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes, we have no one like that in our unit.
Is that right?
Snake, I'm counting on you.
Скрывай все, уроды. Ну, хпшку восполнили. Точнее, даже увеличили. Так, частоты я нашел. Все отлично. Так, помехи. Я хочу $1 миллион и мотоцикл. Четвертый. Подожди. А как я попал тогда сюда? Ну, он нам дал вторую. А, все вижу. Грибочек. Ну, в принципе, бахнешь ядерного оружия, и будет грибочек. Красивый такой. Опа, здесь солдафон уже ходит.
It looks like the place is protected by infrared sensors. Somehow you'll have to make it past the beams.
Уже поздно.
If you have any questions about weapons or equipment, you should ask our military analyst, Nastasha. Her frequency is 141.52.
Поздно, Colonel. Вот, чтобы не попадаться в эти лучи, как раз таки сигареты нужны. Типа он курит, пускает дым, и в дыму их видно. Вообще нам на первый этаж надо. Ну я так, чтобы это. Паёк всего один, сука. А я по лесу еще получил. И бегает как уточка. PlayStation 1. Мы бегали как могли. Хотя что мы? Я не играл на первый. Я вообще в консоли не играл, если быть откровенным. Так что уж тут. Как уточки. Так это же DuckStation. То есть здесь нормально бегать как уточка. Фьючха. А, картонная коробка, отлично. Бегает как тут уточка, дерется как. Ну смотри, если учитывать то, что Metal Gear похож на курицу, значит мы деремся как Metal Gear. А это круто. У меня хпшки нет. Стелсер из меня, конечно... Просто не ожидал, что по второму этажу будет кто-то ходить, если честно. Пойдешь, поешь? Давай, давай. А, мы с тобой это... Блин, это тот чувак не хочет свалить, это вот оттуда. Всем приятного аппетита, кто уже или еще. Блять, неужели мне не сюда? Да и похуй. Снег. Снег. Я, конечно, подбирал там всякие минные искатели, какие-то там гранаты, но ладно, я не думаю, что мне они очень нужны, если честно. У меня ФАМАС. Откуда у меня ФАМАС, блин? У меня созрел интимный вопрос. Настолько интимно, что его обсуждают только с проктологами. Куда мне идти дальше? Все, он теперь всегда будет заглушитель, да? Отлично. Да. На хуй с ним, это не главное. Суть-то в другом. Я не знаю, что мне делать с этой бедой. А, долбай ящер. Мэру же надо позвонить. Мэру 140-15.
Who are you?
I was really impressed with the way you busted yourself out of there.
The one from the prison?
You're the Colonel's niece, Meryl, right?
No, it's not him. Just exactly who are you?
I'm the fool that your uncle sent all alone into the middle of this whole mess.
You came by yourself? You think you're some kind of one-man army?
I don't need lectures. Just like your uncle, you know?
How do you know my uncle?
We go way back.
What's your name?
My name's not important.
Aha. Could you be
Aha.
Snake? Are you Solid Snake?
That's what some people call me.
The legendary Solid Snake? You? Sorry about before. I wasn't sure if you were one of the good guys.
But I knew you were.
How?
It's your eyes.
My eyes?
They're not soldiers' eyes.
And they're rookies' eyes, right?
No, they're beautiful, compassionate eyes.
Oh, just what I'd expect from the legendary Solid Snake. You trying to sweep me off my feet?
Don't worry, you'll land back on them once you meet me. The reality is no match for the legend, I'm afraid.
Oh, I don't believe that.
Why did you look so surprised when you saw my face?
Because you look just like him.
You mean the terrorist leader, Liquid Snake?
Yeah, you know him? You're not brothers, are you?
I have no family.
So what's the deal then?
Who knows? Why don't you ask him? But first I want some information. You were involved in this exercise from the beginning. What exactly happened here?
I'm sorry. I was captured along with President Baker right after the terrorist attack.
That's okay. But what is this place? I don't think it's just a nuclear weapons disposal facility.
Boy, oh boy, it's just like them. Nobody told you anything, did they? Okay, you see, this place isn't really for disposing nuclear weapons. This base is owned and operated by a dummy corporation of arms tech.
This is a civilian base?
Right, for the development of Metal Gear.
Colonel.
Foxhound and the Next Generation Special Forces were called here for the test launching of a dummy nuclear warhead.
Why Foxhound?
Because they're a special ops group used to handling top-secret missions. They figured they could help keep it all hush-hush.
But we must have fired nuclear warheads before. Why just this time?
I heard it was because this was to be a final test before the formal adoption of the Metal Gear program. Well, that's what I heard anyway.
Sounds kind of fishy. So what do you think the terrorists want?
Sorry. I'm not sure. I was captured with President Baker right after the revolt started.
Oh yeah, that's when he gave you the detonation code override keys, right?
That's right.
Amazing you were able to keep him hidden from the guards.
Well, women have more hiding places than men. Anyway, you met Baker, huh? How's he holding up?
He's dead.
Я бы тебя обыскал.
Heart attack. Same as the DARPA chief.
The chief died from a heart attack too?
Yeah. Was either of them sick or anything?
No, not that I heard of.
Well, I don't believe in coincidences. Something funny's going on.
Sounds like it, but I have no idea what.
Me neither. Yet. Do you know the person who designed Metal Gear?
You mean Dr. Emmerich?
Yes. Is he still alive?
Probably. He should be in the research lab in the second-floor basement of the nuclear warhead storage building to the north.
Second floor basement?
Yeah, that's where his lab is. I think they're forcing him to work on the nuclear launching program.
So they'll need him alive until that's done anyway.
Then we better do something before he finishes.
You're right. In case we can't override the detonation code in time, I need to ask him how to destroy Metal Gear.
You plan to take that thing on by yourself, Snake?
It won't be the
Так
first
точно.
time. What's the best way to get to the building where the doctor is being held?
There's a cargo door on the first floor of this building that leads to the north.
What's the security level of the door there?
5. But it's okay. I've got a level 5 card.
Well, I've got to go save the doctor. You should go.
I'm going with you.
No way. You're still too green. I want you to hide somewhere.
I'm not green.
Oh, yes, you are. You
Такая, I'm not green.
and it's all over. Good luck doesn't last forever.
I don't know what happened. I just couldn't pull the trigger right away. I never had any problems in training, but when I thought about my bullets tearing through those soldiers' bodies, I hesitated.
Shooting at targets and shooting at living, breathing people are different.
Ever since I was a little girl, I always dreamed about being a soldier. Every day of my life, I've trained my mind and body for the one day when I could finally see some real action, and now...
So what now? You want to quit?
I can't quit. I can't allow myself to quit now.
Listen, Meryl, everybody feels sick the first time they kill someone. Unfortunately, killing is one of those things that gets easier the more you do it. In a war, all of mankind's worst emotions, worst traits come out. It's easy to forget what a sin is in the middle of a battlefield.
But this isn't a war. It's a terrorist action.
You're just a little jumpy from the combat high. The adrenaline in your bloodstream is starting to thin out. Just take it easy.
But I learned all about combat high at the academy.
We'll talk about it later. For now, just think about keeping yourself alive.
If I get out of here alive, I'll think about that other stuff.
Okay, let me try to say this another way. Stay the hell out of my way.
You're a real bastard, just like my uncle said.
I told you, the real me is no match for the legend.
It looks like you were right. Okay, Snake. I'll be a good girl.
We'll link up after I grab the doctor. Then we'll take care of the detonation code override.
Gotcha. But listen, I know this area better than you. Call me if you have any questions.
Be careful, okay?
After I open up the cargo door, I'll contact you.
Сейчас побудь хорошей девочкой, а после миссии ты будешь плохой. Кстати, как в школу сходил. 2 двойки. Паёк у меня всего 1, сука. Блять. Радар лагает, конечно, блин. Вчера такой хуйни не было. Я не знаю, почему сейчас так. А, в смысле, я же нажимаю на... Что не так? Чё?
Snake, I unlocked the cargo door for you.
Thanks. Where are you?
Where I can see ya.
Don't move around too much.
Don't worry, I'm disguised in this enemy uniform.
You won't be for long with the way you walk.
Да-да-да.
What does that mean?
Nothing.
У тебя слишком классная жопа для солдата.
The door is like an airlock. It's equipped with infrared sensors. Be careful. If an intruder is sensed, gas is released.
Gas?
Okay, so we'll meet at the nuclear warhead storage building.
Wait, you said you'd stay put and be a good girl.
I changed my mind.
Don't get careless. That's when things always turn sour.
Sorry, but this is the only way I can figure out whether or not I'm cut out to be a soldier. I gotta get my hands dirty.
These guys are professionals. You're gonna get yourself killed.
See you there.
Дура. Пора мне вот сюда, да? Сишки.
Be careful, Snake. That airlock is set with infrared sensors. You probably can't see them with your naked eyes, but there are infrared beams coming out of that wall. Touch any one of them, and the doors will seal off, and the place will be flooded with poison gas. Somehow, you've got to get through without setting off those sensors.
Ладно, ласточка. Что я должен делать? А, там был второй уровень дальше. Да ладно? Ладно. Хорошо, что в эмуляторах можно перематывать игры. Ой! В пизду, короче. С этой камерой это невозможно делать. Вы видите, какое расстояние у них? Это же пиздец. Здорово, дерберец. Стрим без матов был в пятницу, по-моему. Блять. Я его зафейлил. В первые 5 минут.
Didn't you know that cigarettes contain benzopyrene, a chemical used to lung cancer? We now know that when benzopyrene enters the body, it changes to benzopyrene diolipoxide, BPDE, and attaches to the receptors on the P53 gene, the gene which causes lung cancer. The BPDE attaches to the P53 gene in 3 specific locations and causes precancerous changes to the lung tissue.
You know a lot about science, but you don't know how good a cigarette tastes.
Согласен. Вот, Дербер, кстати, это голосование идет в Дискорде. Не в моем, конечно, но идет. Будете идти до конца недели. Да сука! Попросили собрать компьютер на 18-летие чувака, чтобы... Понятно. Бюджет 50 тысяч. Не, ну... Чтобы учился, 50 тысяч хватит. Чтобы играл, нет. Сейчас говорю максимум 70. Но если не заколебываться... Да заебешь, сука! Вы, думаю, может Бог посоветовать. Ну, в принципе, учит твой. Не буду я ни с кем разговаривать, идите в жопу. В жопу, в жопу. Вот сразу, Антош, нельзя так было сделать, сука ты. Куры не бывает, да, у меня всего один паёк. Совсем нехорошо. Для курильщика. Надеюсь, что где-то в кустах я найду себе похавать.
Snake, be careful. There are claymore mines around there. Use a mine detector.
Who are you?
Just call me Deep Throat.
Deep Throat? The informant from the Watergate scandal?
Never mind about that.
You're not using burst transmission. Are you nearby?
Listen, there's a tank in front of your position waiting to ambush you.
Who are you anyway?
One of your bands.
Очень эффектная, да. Знаете, в чем самый рофл? Я не взял миноискатель. Теперь миноискатель-то ты. Да уж.
Snakes don't belong in Alaska. I will not let you pass. Send him a message.
Я акробат какой.
That's right. You belong on the ground.
Вулкан Рейвен.
Crawl on the ground like the snake you are. Come, let's fight.
Босс вертолета, то есть босс танк. О, паёк. Мина. Смерть. Какая частота там у этой азиатки была? О, 100%. Мейлинг 140-96.
Mei Ling, how can someone outside of this operation cut into my codec?
You're talking about that guy calling himself Deep Throat. We were monitoring from here.
What about it?
Well, if somebody knows your frequency, they can call you. But the question is, how did he learn it? It's top secret information.
Can you tell me where he called from?
I'm sorry. The signal is too weak to locate its source. But I'm sure he's near you. Somewhere on the base.
Почему я смеюсь? Смеешься над ником? Над...
What's up, Snake? Talk to you later, Snake.
Давай, Снейк. Снейк. У меня есть И4, конечно. Вроде сегодня в школу не ходил. А, да, я же могу скипать мина. Пять минут, судя по всему. Слушай, а нахуя я сохранялась, если... Ну-ка. Спасибо, милая моя. Если бы у меня их не было... Блять. Да ему насрать. Я сейчас сам взорвусь на этой гранате. Да, я понимаю, что стрелка, но не понимаю как. Вообще без идей. Ну, мне дают гранаты. Значит, надо, наверное, закидывать гранатами. Внутрь танка. Так, там же еще одна граната была. Алло. О, идеально. Ну, вы понимаете, у меня клешни. И IQ ниже температуры тела. Поэтому спасибо, ребят, за совет. Изи босс. Угу, с 25-й попытки. И я без пайка теперь вообще абсолютно. Текстурка лагает. И звук тоже. Вообще... Сейчас. Там в настройках была тема. А, сейчас. Вот. Вот это вот включить надо. Давай нарисуем тебе смайлик крабика. Ты на эмуляторе? Это на эмуляторе, пока версия отвратительно, просто ужасно. А, все равно звук лагает. Легенда, да.
He is just as you said. In battle, he is as if possessed by a demon. Much like you. I would expect no.
У меня комп вздыхает, что ли? Или в чем проблема? Измена. Да нет, почти вообще ничего не использует. Я не понимаю, в чем проблема. За что он... А, в тебя сам кинули? Я думал, ты сам... Я видел уведомление, но я думал, ты сам подписался. Я уж удивился, что после всех твоих сообщений, что ты на него сабнулся. Блин, что за хрень? ХПшку апнули. Что, мне опять надо сишки сижить? Не. Почему-то такая хрень в роликах только геймплей-то нормально идет. Честных 30 FPS. А, я идиот. 29.90.
Be careful. You absolutely must not use weapons in that area.
I've already programmed the nanomachine so that he won't be able to, Colonel.
Я психованная! У меня справка есть!
Вот умнеют же, суки, а. 5 минут? Да я не думаю, что будет честно.
Yeah, there's lots of boxes piled up here, but are they all warheads?
Yes, they're all...
Еще опять же, вы слышали, что Наоми сказала? Типа, я уже заблокировал его на наномашины, он не сможет использовать оружие. Ну, то есть, ну, контроль уже идет.
dismantled warheads.
They just leave them here? It's like President Baker said, totally careless.
They're working on a limited budget. They try to put on a pretty face for the media, but this is the grim reality of it. Nastasha knows lots more about it than I do.
Наташа.
41.52.
141.52.
All of the warheads in those boxes have had their detonation mechanisms removed, so there's no fear of them exploding. But if the warheads are broken, they might leak plutonium, and that would be a serious problem.
А зачем?
Snake, never use your weapon on that floor.
Можно не пресет, а любое... Ну да, но все равно. Типа... Вы думаете, что если я поставлю 1 минуту, то они потом не будут писать сообщения? А мне вообще куда? Их меньше гораздо. Ну ладно тогда, я послушаю вас. Давайте тогда решим эту проблему. Они же ждут... Так, фу, паста в чат. Понял. По-любому там наверху можно каких-то этих пособирать еще штук разных нужных. Я уверен, но... Ой, ладно. В этот раз здесь ничего не оказалось. Просто все стримеры делали эти меры. Ну, видишь, мне это не так часто пишут. Что там, какую... Иначе школьниц... Так у меня-то школьниц нет. Что там... Сейчас вон 4 человека онлайн. Школьницы идут там на большой онлайн. Ребята, какая команда там нужна-то? Ой. Блять. А им можно оружие использовать, да? Все хорошо. Давайте сейчас я захаваю. Просто хочу посмотреть, что наверху. А, у меня кислорода уже нет. Них... Да еб. Чё ж чекпоинты такие херовые? Я возьму сразу на готове карту. Мне очень интересно, что там сверху. По-любому там что-то есть. Иначе ну, не было бы такого количества камер. Снейк. Вон, видите, там лифт наверху. Элевейтор. Россия, Хорватия. Матч начался. Элеватор. Я почти уверен, что мне на элеватор. Футболист дохуя. Так я же сам играл раньше в футбол, и смотреть люблю футбол тоже. По моей чате сейчас взломаю. Ну, играть. Оверс 1. Ну, сейчас я оценку досмотрю. Я к тому, что я-то еще играл на уровне города. PunksPlay enabled 1 minute force only mod for this room. Thank you, Dota Kima.
Watch out. That place is filled with gas.
Та ти що?
Also, the floor is electrified.
Та ти що?
First, destroy the high voltage switch. It's the switchboard on the northwest wall.
But how? I can't reach it.
Вот.
Use a remote-controlled missile.
Чё? Какие, блять, радиоуправляемые ракеты? Кстати, я без ФАМАСа остался. У меня нет радиоуправляемых ракет. Где мне их взять? Видимо, здесь стекло, да. Там тоже не... Ну, видимо, мне назад надо. Может быть, там внизу где-то находится. Либо я, походу, не подобрал какое-то оружие. Если я не подобрал какое-то оружие, как вот миноискатель, то это отстой. А, есть же Б1 еще. Мотаемся на Б1. Оружие нельзя там, где ракета. А здесь, видишь, здесь не ракета. Реструм. В толчок нам нельзя. Угу. 5. Понял. А, ну, видимо, нам только вот сюда. 4. 6 вообще. Патронно. 5. 4. Да вы, сука, издеваетесь. А вот и 3. Понял. Я говорю, стелсер из меня, конечно, тот еще. А можно мне... Я по текстуре провалился или что, бля? О, все. I'm back. В коробку залез. Здорово. Ракета. А. Никита. Никита. Успел. Видали? Прям миллиметраж, миллисекунда просто, как я успел зайти в этот. Ой, блядь. Сука, и управление еще инвертировано. Ой, давайте я лучше сдохну. Серьезно. Лукер, да. А также делал, когда кто-то кроме меня в подъездах. В лифтах, да, убегаешь. Такой, не, в лифт нихуя. Кстати, чат, суицид не выход. Ой, Кодзима. Я не нажимал ничего, если что. Ой, блядь. Хидео, ты ёбнутый. Спасибо за клевер. Северо-западной стены. Это вот это вот щиток, что ли? А-а-а! Пиздец. Как не материться здесь? Скажите мне. Оно? Судя по всему, нет. Или да? Нет. Сейчас патроны закончатся. А можно мне узнать, куда мне лететь? Как этого мудака зовут? Что 40. А, ну вот он. Нет ответа. Спасибо большое. Северо-западная стена. Если что, ускоряется она сама, это не я делаю. Ладно, что у нас справа? Кер его знает. Я адаптировался. А, нет, не адаптировался. Я хотел сказать, что мои легкие изменились под воздействием неблагоприятной среды, и я теперь могу не дышать кислородом, но нет. Хер его знает. Give us a sign, блядь. Nope. Да и сука. Помнишь босса в этой оке? Я что-то не помню даже в принципе вот этого вот дрочильни с ракетами, если честно. Ты еще босса помнишь? Хотя ладно, у тебя память, наверное, лучше, чем у меня. Здесь, ребят, вы видите? Сейчас мышка должна появиться. Мышка появится. Вот, в общем, проход. Вот там проход. Зеленый. Я так полагаю, нужно пролететь сюда. Потом ко мне, к стороне ящика. И потом вот в него, наверное, выстрелить я должен. Иди в жопу, Кодзима. Спокойствие, только спокойствие. Сука, я в Dark Souls столько не горел, как здесь, вот честно. Первого раза. Знаешь, я даже рад, что мне никогда не было санной плойки. Вообще не вижу ни одной хорошей игры на PlayStation, кроме Metal Gear и Demon Souls, если честно. Было, наверное, что бы. Да, жесть. Кодзима, ты больной ублюдок. Он четвертый. Ну, кстати, у меня у самого вообще ни одной консоли не было никогда. Так что да, я понимаю. У меня даже Сега не было. Турель же можно бахнуть? Наверное, да, можно. Ну, это ракетница, да, я убивал, но мне кажется, долго. И если здесь будет схожение, конечно, пожалею об этом, но я пока не планирую их убивать. Ребята, у меня интимный вопрос. А нахера я здесь? Это же можно найти, починить там всего-то провод. У меня же была, если не нажал, скажем так, в эпоху начала пока гейма, консоли. Сейчас консоли совали. Первая, вторая, точно. Поддержать пришел. Возможно, возможно. Я как бы мало знаю консольную движуху всю эту. Поэтому ничего сказать не могу. Пришел попольбоваться дыркой в щитке. Я пришел, судя по всему... Нахуй я пришел. Типа ну вот серьезно. Видимо, вот сюда. Что ж, всего лишь минус один паёк. Ля. Грей Фокс. Судя по... Это произойдет. Ну да, Грей Фокс. Для ФАМАСа патроны. Ах, Грей Фокс, жалко, что ты еще не помнишь, что мы с тобой бывшие боевые братья. Живой? О, этот...
Stealth camouflage? Who are you?
Where is my friend?
What?
Господи, как же его?
Oh, what next?
Господи. Вы имя уже называли, но, блин, из головы вылетело.
Who are you? Neither enemy nor friend. I am back from a world where such words are meaningless. I've removed all obstacles. Now you and I will battle to the death.
Давай. Перепутал, нет, понял. Господи, кто... Как же... На языке вертится.
I need that man. Keep your hands off him.
Now, make me feel it. Make me feel alive again.
Да. С ним надо драться в рукопашную. В смысле какой? Давай, мать. Ох. Я, к сожалению, не помню историю Грея Фокса и почему он стал таким. Это опять же надо либо что-то читать, либо пересматривать стоп-гейм, где хотя бы в 2 словах об этом рассказано. Атакон! Все, я вспомнил. Этого ученого зовут Атакон. Посмотрим. ЕМПшка. ЕМПшка сработала, да. Да, я вижу. Почему я лежачего не могу бить? Пойду за пайком тогда пока. Наверное, ЕМПшки даже... А нет, нужно. А нет, не обязательно. Где-то сверху, по-моему, да? Ладно, мне не жалко. Где ты? Я не понимаю, где он? Родной. Минус граната. Достал катану за твою гранату? Слушай, нет, по-моему. Я просто подошел к нему, когда он был это в инвизии, наверное. Ну, вообще, да, когда он сказал, беремся в рукопашную, я достаю... Ебать! Слушай, мужик, давай не будем о плохом. Все? Ай, он свалил, я так полагаю, да? Да тебя коротит, блин. Да, видишь, ему пофиг. Может, осколочную тебе? Хочешь осколочную? Ой. Да, осколочную хочет. И видишь, МПшка не сработала. Ты Грей Фокс. Вот, да. Убили в Занзибаре.
What's happening?
Is it over?
Gray Fox. Colonel, that ninja is Gray Fox. No doubt about it.
Ridiculous. You of all people should know he died in Zanzibar.
No. He should have died, but he didn't.
What?
It happened before I joined Foxhound's medical staff. They were using a soldier for their gene therapy experiments.
I never heard that.
It happened right after you retired. My predecessor, Dr. Clark, was in charge.
Dr. Clark?
Yes. He started the gene therapy project.
And where is he now?
He was killed in an explosion in his lab 2 years ago.
So what about this soldier?
Apparently, for their test subject, they decided to use the body of a soldier who was recovered after the fall of Zanzibar.
And that was Gray Fox.
But he was already dead.
Yes. But they revived him. They fitted him with a prototype exoskeleton and kept him drugged for 4 years while they experimented on him like a plaything.
Жесть.
Today's genome soldiers were born from those experiments.
That's the sickest thing I ever heard.
They used him to test all sorts of gene therapy techniques.
Naomi, why didn't you tell us about this sooner?
Because it's confidential information.
Is that the only reason?
Naomi, what happened to Gray Fox after that?
The record says he died in the explosion.
I see. But even if that ninja is Gray Fox, the question is, why?
From what I could tell, he didn't know who he was.
Are you saying that he's just a mindless robot?
I'm not sure, but he seems intent on fighting me to the death. We'll meet again. I know it.
So you'll fight again? Until you kill him?
I'd rather not. But maybe that's what he wants.
Потому что, насколько я помню, Грей Фокс был один из солдатов Снейка, И поэтому вот эта вот драка между ними, и то, что над ним так издевались. Уф.
Come on, get out. We can't stay here forever.
Пошел спать. Давай, спокойной ночи, тебе спасибо, что заходил.
You're the Metal Gear chief engineer, Hal Emmerich, right?
You know me?
I heard about you from Meryl.
Oh, so you're here to rescue me?
Sorry, but no. There's something that I've got to do first.
Oh, well, at least you're not one of them.
Are you hurt?
I'm okay. I just twisted my ankle a little bit trying to get away.
Well, if that's all, it's nothing to worry about.
Ну да.
I want to ask you something. I need information about Metal Gear.
Huh? Metal Gear?
Yeah. What's Metal Gear really designed for?
It's a mobile TMD. It's designed to shoot down nuclear missiles. Only for defensive purposes, of course.
Liar. I already know that Metal Gear is nothing but a nuclear-equipped walking deathmobile.
Nuclear? What are you talking about?
The terrorists are planning to use Metal Gear to launch a nuclear missile. You telling me you didn't know?
They're gonna put a dismantled warhead into Metal Gear's TMD missile module?
Wrong. From the beginning, the purpose of this exercise was to test Metal Gear's nuclear launch capability using a dummy nuclear warhead. The terrorists are just continuing the work you started.
No, you're wrong.
I heard it directly from your boss, Baker.
No. A nuclear missile on Rex?
So you really didn't know?
No. All the armament was built by a separate department, and the President personally supervised the final assembly of the main unit.
President Baker?
Yeah. I was never told exactly what they armed Rex with. I only know it's equipped with a Vulcan cannon, a laser, and a railgun.
Railgun всего лишь. Подумаешь.
A railgun, you said?
Yeah. It uses magnets to fire bullets at extremely high velocities. The technology was originally developed for the SDI system and later scrapped. We were successful in miniaturizing it in a joint venture between Arms Tech and Rivermore National Labs. The railgun is on Rex's right arm.
Metal Gear's main function is to launch nuclear missiles. You sure you're not forgetting something?
It's true that Metal Gear has a missile module on its back that can carry up to 8 missiles, but are you saying it was originally meant to carry nuclear missiles?
8 ядерных ракет за спиной, нормально.
Yeah, but that's not all, I think. If Metal Gear fired only standard nuclear missiles, then they should already have all the practical data they need.
No. Could it be? Metal Gear's co-developer, Rivermore National Labs, was working on a new type of nuclear weapon. They were using NOVA and NIF laser nuclear fusion testing equipment and supercomputers.
So they developed a new type of nuclear weapon in a VR testing lab, huh?
Yes, but you can't use virtual data on a battlefield. They would need actual launch data. These are some of the supercomputers. If you link these, you can test everything in a virtual environment. But it's all just theoretical.
So this exercise was designed to test the real thing.
What did our president do? If the terrorists launched that thing... Damn. Damn. I'm such a fool. It's all my fault. The truth is, my grandfather was part of the Manhattan Project. He suffered with the guilt for the rest of his life. And my father, he was born on August 6th, 1945.
The day of the Hiroshima bomb. God's got a sense of humor, all right.
3 generations of Emmerich men. We must have the curse of nuclear weapons written into our DNA. I used to think that I could use science to help mankind. But the one that wound up getting used was me. Using science to help mankind, it's just in the movies.
Не обманул, это не так он.
Pull yourself together. Where is Metal Gear?
Или он.
Where on this base are they keeping it?
Я забыл уже. А так он, по-моему, это кличка вроде бы.
Rex is in the underground maintenance base.
Where's that?
North of the communications tower, but it's a long way there.
The emergency override system for the detonation code is there too?
Yeah, in the maintenance base control room. You'd better hurry. If they were planning a launch from the start, then their ballistic program is probably finished. And since they haven't called for me in a few hours, they must not need me. In other words, they must be ready to launch.
Meryl's got the detonation code override keys. We'll link up with her.
If we can't override the launch, we'll have to destroy Rex. I'll show you the way.
On that leg of yours, you'll just slow me down.
You'll need me if you're gonna destroy Rex.
I don't need you. I just need your brain.
I created Rex. It's my right, my duty to destroy him.
If you get a chance, try to escape. When the coast is clear, I'll contact you by codec.
How am I supposed to escape from an island?
Okay.
So what then?
I want you to hide somewhere and keep me informed. You know this place well, don't you?
Of course I do. And don't worry, I've got this.
А можно мне такой же?
It's the same stealth technology as the Ninja. Foxhound was gonna use them, but with this I'll be fine. Bad leg and all.
Good. But I want Meryl to watch after you too.
В смысле нельзя?
Meryl, the engineer's okay.
That's a relief.
I want you to look after him. Where are you now?
Very close.
There she is! Over there!
Oh no! Damn, they've spotted me.
Meryl, what happened?
Неудивительно, что они засекли такую жопку.
Did you hear something? Wasn't that some kind of music?
What did she look like?
She was wearing the same green uniform as the terrorists.
Такие технологии для собаков. Ты ведь не собака. А, ну да.
A disguise?
She had such a cute way of walking. She kind of wiggled.
Куда вебку делал? Возможно, она села, кстати. Потому что я заряжал свой основной телефон, и, видимо, вебочный сдох. Ну, видимо, будем заканчивать без вебки. У меня одна зарядка, к сожалению. Сейчас, в общем, где-то полчасика еще поиграем, и остальное завтра. Да, сзади меня смотрится очень мило. Вебка нет, можно в носу ковыряться теперь. Ура.
Where's that?
Don't be so dense. Here, use this security card.
Номер 5.
Security level 4.
Четвертого.
You're not in pain, are you?
Huh?
You feel okay? Nothing bothering you?
What's wrong? Getting all friendly all of a sudden.
Сталин дружелюбно.
Nothing. I'm glad you're okay.
You're strange.
I'm a little nervous. Everyone else I've saved suddenly dies.
You're bad luck.
Forget it, Doctor.
Call me Otacon.
Атакон, да.
It stands for Otaku Convention. And Otaku's a guy like me who likes Japanimation.
Да, Атакон, все правильно.
To successfully make bipedal robots. They're still the best in the field of robotics.
And Japanese cartoons played some part in that?
They did. I didn't get into science to make nuclear weapons, you know.
That's what all scientists say.
Это видео из Полиснаус, кстати.
Like the ones in the Japanese animes. Really, it's true.
Just sounds like a childish.
Одна из игр Коджимбы.
You're right. We have to take responsibility. Science has always thrived on war. Greatest weapons of mass destruction were created by scientists who wanted to be famous. But that's all over now. I won't take part in murder anymore.
Whatever. All I want from you is information.
Sure, I know everything about this whole base. Ask me anything about Rex or about this place. Also, with this stealth camouflage, I can sneak in and out of the armory and mess hall. If you need ammo or rations, just tell me and I'll bring them to you.
Неси мне все.
141.12. See you later.
Неси мне все, говорю. И очень много раз во время этой кат-сцены показывали вот этот постер Palace Notes. Отсылки. 41.12, спасибо. Ну, собственно, я так полагаю, мне за ним, да? Тут только один выход. Подожди. А, ну да, все правильно. О, умер. Добили беднягу. Или сам дотек. Таперч, надо залутать всякие штуки. Здесь же были двери с 4-м уровнем защиты. 3-й, 4-й. Первый. Я хочу воздухом подышать. А что там может быть? Может быть что-то важное. Тут вообще 6-й. 3-й я уже был. Ну и... вон, да, дальше еще какой-то есть. Ой, 4-й. У нас здесь бог ночного видения, отлично. Вот оно. Что? Кто? Где? Что, где, когда? Ладно. И, ребят, у меня паранойя развита с очень давнего времени. Сейчас нахожусь дома один. Но при этом я тоже как открываются двери. Это не круто. Надеюсь, что мне послышалось. Если следующий босс к тебе ломится, скорее всего. Может быть, мне сюда? Кодзима, я понимаю, что это все из-за консоли, но как камеру ты сделал, конечно, в своих Metal Gear'ах. Мое почтение просто. В плохом смысле этого слова. А ты представь, как круто, когда ты в частном доме один. У меня какого-то хера открывается входная задняя дверь. Жесть, конечно. У меня бы инфаркт случился. Что ты знаешь о камерах? Ну, по крайней мере, я не жалуюсь на камеру в третьем Dark Souls. Как это делает Ники постоянно. Паразиты или Resident Evil на полке. Насчет камеры. Есть такая игра, по-моему, называется Зона 22. Если я не ошибаюсь, по-моему, Зона 22. Вот там камера вот наподобие такой, отвратительная от слова максимально. Только она там еще и статичная. Камера — это твой главный враг. Еще управление. Я не знаю, что мне делать с этой бедой. Нет, это хорошо. Что там как писалось? День 12. По-моему. Куда мне идти, родной? Шесть иметь один отдельный, два подземных. Почему тебе их также не осмотреть? Понял. Ну, наземный я уже осмотрел, вроде бы. Сука. Сука. Засыпал подарков? Не. Не. Ладно, было дело. Значит, ты мне задолжал. Играешь, пока я не уснул. Минут 5. Ты же... да, там был один этот с кучей дерева. Да, точно, там же были, да, вот здесь, там же были двери. Это здесь туалеты. В женский туалет попасть не могу. В условии, что он лежит. Ты лежишь? О, в мужской могу? Блять. Пацана, в этом уровне даст следующий. Можно в мужском. Только он оказался занят. Пятый. Угу. Значит, за ПК. Картонная коробка B. Такой, что за фигня? Коробка, ну бывает. Шестой. Пятый. Не вижу, какой. А? Коробка и коробка, чё? Коробку никогда не видел, что ли? Все, я убежал. Забавно сейчас было, конечно. Ну, типа, что мне это дает? Все еще. По-моему, ни хрена. Паёк. ХПшка. Ладно, если я же сюда еще вернусь, правильно? Смотри, говорит, все этажи. Они починили камеру. Снейк, Снейк, Снейк. Вот еще хавчик. Ну и все. Здесь ни хрена нет. В бинокль. Бинокль на шкаф, который я взорвал. И зачем? Блин. Я сейчас задыхаться начну. Блять. Да я понимаю, что ты не знаешь, я тоже не знаю. Ты как с котом, который нагадил мимо лотка, смотри, что ты... Остается только первый этаж. Но я и на первом ничего не нашел интересного. Вот прям абсолютно. Здорово, мужик. Как служба? У меня, конечно, есть идея, ребят. Блять. Почему я ломаю игры? Я понимаю, что это из-за эмулятора, скорее всего. Но, сука. Я еще и взорвать ничего не могу. И они меня не видят. Я в коробке. Ты чё?